Wow, look at those. Yesterday, I wasted a nice day recreating my concept for an S-Bahn style service in the Twin Cities in Subway Builder. So might as well enjoy full spring while it lasts. I'm Lindsay, you're watching History and Leisure. In February, I messed up and forgot to upload the needs video for the Compagnie des Alpes parks, or what I think an code should be at each of those parks. So I was wondering what I should do for an interview, if I should start with the next week's have it be a learning thing and then take like an extended break because of the Easter holiday, and then just take the rest of April to catch up on what I do for May, unless something else drops or something, and then just have that interrupt the thing in the middle and have the article for Looping Group open up the month. But I decided see if you can switch the lens mid recording. I don't know, this is even a pretty new phone, not current generation, maybe 1-2 generations behind at this point. I did get a new camera, but I'm gonna go straight to work after this a bit, or I maybe get a snack there before I clock in, or I don't want to waste the weather, do a walk and talk, thinking about strikes so good. I could have done this as an article, but then I was I already wrote a new March. I was thinking what's in a name. It's kind of like an update on thinking about Project Bloodstar. I think I've already talked about the boundary. I think this kind of goes over it again in some of my names for Tokusatsu fanfiction. I don't think I got into a full detail with all of the main rangers in my adaptation of number 1 Sentai Gojuger. Well, then I did get into a bit of writing back during the last holidays over there, so kind of makes sense to do a little update. And I was just been thinking about, especially with the passing of Adam the Woo just before. I didn't talk about for his Jake the Carpetbagger, thinking about spreading goodness. I could have done that as a blog post, but thinking about someone in my life I've known for some time now, getting into music, Alexandra from Beyond the Boro. She now has music on Spotify under Alexandra Marie. Melanie Dernoga, she used to have music influencer around pre-pandemic, and now she's back with new music. Started with Christmas. I think she's out now, 2-3 singles out at the time of recording. Beyond that one, I'd mentioned her at Outdoor Street. That's when that kind of broke her over ice, kind of Mariah Carey. So my mom actually worked at this bank, I think just out of college. Been a few different branches since. I think it was around pandemic or just after that, the last bank that was in their close. And finally, over the past few months, local diner type chain called Nudies moved from their original location, which was by the Whole Foods warehouse thing. The kitchen was a separate shed or something, into this building right here. There is some parking issues I've thought about. I think I've even said in previous videos from the Sawyer that it should be almost like a trailhead museum, mostly people for parking there, but you can just park right over there, since a lot of those things are smaller, more in, out, and not really used, but it actually is being pretty well used today, being a Tuesday afternoon in March. I just want to take care of this show. It's 2 weeks ago, it was still covered with snow. I didn't really ever follow Adam that close. It was really only Shigami, a few other people. That Sphere occasionally, there was something interesting that popped on at a time. I was check it out, but a little universe of their own, if I just say. But still, he was a pioneer when it comes to content creation, having to walk and talk and stuff. Jake has been in California recently, as people he knew on the West Coast when he lived on the West Coast did their own little celebration, walk and talks when he lived out there. But it's nice, you know, to have a nice downtown space like that. Celebration is kind of like that's where he spent his final years. And they even have a bench in his honor near the Starbucks that he always liked to go to in there. I guess he really became quite a fixture of the community that perhaps even like outside of being a creator. Just thinking about kind of like the legacy of that as I kind of was even thinking about that even early on during the pandemic in my Kamen Rider Saber adaptation for something like kind of died out when Logan really got into a very senior position with ride operations. But the idea there is that Jeff was this sort of like moral linchpin while not really being more of a mentor in traditional sense, such as like with Kelson's role in Ninja Steel, growing up into a teenager, still need a mentor in a different way. And with Jeff gone by the events of my Kamen Rider Saber adaptation, a lot of differences start to come to light, and that leads to the whole arc that introduces, I think, Sabella's debut with her father creating the powers and using the caliber powers in that context. Thinking about the dark times that we live in, it's worth trying to remember what is good and what good people are doing. Like my main thought about thinking about character names, the article came from Hope talking about her own name and kind of going into that, or what people are trying to fight for. I know transit funding is in danger in the Bay Area at the moment. I could say about that with a lot of places, even though there's always have temporary band-aids like here in Philadelphia. Yeah, let's name some people to I was thinking about recommending, obviously, besides Hope Henchy and John, a lot of people in the Chattanooga area. There's Ren Fitzgerald. They were in the Bay Area. They were just in a video with Miles in Transit visiting Winnemucca. Just like that was a very eye-opening one with probably Winnemucca's the highest Basque population in the country. I would assume it'd be Boise with their Basque connection, but hey, you learn something new every day. More locally, there is the Philly Captain. Again, that I'm the Wooverse character. I've also been finding a lot more Toku creators that are more local to me. Always best to share good that's going on and people you enjoy being around, because you don't know what you got till it's gone. Everything is fleeting. Even thinking about like the end of last month, I saw Orion's belt, and that was reminded me that stars are very distant, and that maybe the colors will start to break down, not just because of time changing our position in the sky, but also just finally realizing when those stars die out and Orion's belt will start to break apart. Every day is unique. Every era is unique. So in April, we'll be picking back up where we should have been going with the looping group. And then May is up in the air. So probably gonna cut this, probably a lot of ums and ahs. Shouldn't be that bad, but yeah. So come up to this park, I'm gonna turn around at. Comment, subscribe, strike the bell.